Hi, I am Raina and this is my podcast. I will be talking about science in everyday life. Enjoy! For the best quality, please put on your headphones or earphones. Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be talking about chemistry and metal with my uncle in Indonesia. I'm talking about this because my uncle studied about chemical engineering in Bandung and the Netherlands. I'm so happy as this is my 7th podcast in Scienclopodia and I can collaborate with my uncle. Hi Omian!
Hi, Raynar. How are you?
I'm good.
So, so you're telling me that we're gonna talk about periodic table. So,
Yes.
what do you know about it? Can you tell me more about what is periodic table?
Periodic table is a list of elements that holds all of the things that we've discovered. Currently, there's 118 elements, and 92 of them are natural, and the others are man-made. They are made in factories.
So, tell me more about the natural elements that you were talking about.
The natural elements have 3 states. They have solid, liquid, and gas. The solid keeps their volume and keeps their shape. The liquid keeps their volume but fills in any shape they put in. But the gas fills up the space whole.
Oh, nice. So about the solid one, can you share some of examples of the natural elements that you see in everyday life, either solid or liquid or gas?
We can see iron. You can see iron because iron can be found in microphones, screws, and in phones.
In phones, like the phones I'm using, it also contains the natural elements.
And have you studied elements before?
I did, but it was already like 7 years ago, so I might still remember some of it, but it's been a while. So yeah, I did study chemical engineering, and then I continued with my degree in food technology, and now I'm in pharmaceutical industry. Yeah.
What kind of chemical compounds did you make?
So, have you heard of paracetamol?
Yes, it's a medicine used to treat bacteria, I think.
Well, it's a medicine, but it's used to reduce pain and also reduce fever. So, like when you're feeling feverish or having like a headache, you can consume paracetamol so that it can reduce the headache and also reduce the fever. So that's one of the products that my company produce, and it also, of course, contains some of the more complex compounds from those natural elements that you were talking about.
What elements were they?
I might have to check it out, but yeah, it's called paracetamol. I'm not sure what it's what's the natural elements that compounds to paracetamol. So you were telling me as well that you want to talk about metals, right? So what do you know about metals?
Most of them are solid in the transitions, and only one of them is liquid, which is mercury, and there's another liquid element called bromine.
Bromium. Tell me more about bromium.
It's fire resistant, and it's used to make purple dye in robes.
You make what? Purple dye?
Yeah.
Oh, what is purple dye, Rainer?
It's like a coloring, and it's purple.
Oh, you mean coloring? Okay.
Coloring that you can use to color clothes and anything.
So what else about metals do you know? And do you have any favorite? Perhaps you can tell us more about it.
My favorite metal, I think, is titanium because it's really light and it's strong, and I designed a submarine using it. I did actually.
You did? So tell me more about it.
It has motors, it has graphene, and it uses infrared rays, and it uses X-rays to find its way around in the deep.
What do you think is like the most important metals application in everyday life?
I think it's iron, because iron is in your blood. It keeps your cells alive. It keeps your cells
iron.
alive. And
So like in your
creates blood.
yeah, true. Iron is in the blood as well. Like in your surroundings, other than in blood, where do you usually see iron? In what kind of products or kind of items?
Pencil pots, metal pencil pots, chairs, screws in chairs, trains. They have lots of metal on the doors, and I think light bulbs have quite a lot of iron too, because they use the iron to hold up, and also screws.
So there's so many screws as well, yeah?
Yes, iron is the most common metal on Earth.
Even the microphone even the microphone that you're using now.
Bolts.
Yeah. Nuts and bolts?
Yeah, nuts and bolts that you can screw, and also screwdrivers.
Oh, yeah. There's so many applications to it. Any other metals that you would like to discuss other than iron?
Magnetic ones, nickel and cobalt. Did you know that?
Nickel and cobalt.
Did you know that cobalt got its name from the German word goblin?
Oh, I didn't know that. So it's got its name from a German name, what? Goblin?
Yeah. And did you know that miners were poisoned by arsenic in the rocks until they found out it was poisonous?
Oh, I didn't know that. Tell me more about it.
When they was trying to mine cobalt and copper, they actually accidentally found arsenic. They got poisoned because of the fumes, and they kept on mining it until they found out that it wasn't just the rocks, it was a specific metal called arsenic, and it had been poisoning them.
Oh, then what happened to them?
I think lots of the people died, but then the miners afterwards, they was aware not to mine near arsenic, but I think some deaths are still continuing. I still think that they're using drills instead of hand mining, because then they won't, it's a lower risk of being poisoned.
Oh, that's very interesting history. Yeah, actually, like you mentioned now, arsenic and also cobalt, right? And then you also mentioned bromium. So what are the applications of bromine in everyday life?
Bromine, I don't really think it has that much of a use, rather than purple dye and fireproof items. It's not
fireproof items.
Yes, it's not that, shall I say, common for household items, but it is useful for fireproofing.
Yeah, so that's actually very useful applications for fireproof, huh?
Yes, it's very useful.
Interesting.
And did you know it's part of the halogens group, which has solids, liquids, and gases?
Oh yeah. So it's at what temperature is that then?
Room temperature. So at room temperature, it starts as gases, then bromine, then iodine, and tennessine, I think.
All right. Okay, so just now we've discussed quite a lot of metals, like from iron and then arsenic, cobalt, bromium. Anything else you want to discuss about metals?
I want to just tell you about my book, how I knew about lots of this. It's called the Periodic Table book, and it's the Visual Encyclopedia of the Elements. It's by DK, and it has all of the elements in it.
Oh, so that's how you know all these things about the periodic table, the elements, and metals?
Yes, and if I read one page, it tells a really fun fact.
Tell me.
Did you know that the Chandra X-ray Observatory is coated in iridium, which is a few atoms long, which protects from the sun's light and heat? Just a few atoms thick. So
the iridium helps to protect from the sun?
Yes, it does.
Why does it need to be protected from the sun, Rainer?
Because if it's so bright that the heat might also burn the machine and make it fall down to the earth. And if there's people working inside for like the ISS, it also uses iridium, then it might also blind the people. So they use iridium coatings.
So we have to be very careful with it, huh?
Yes, and it's very fragile because it's a few atoms thick. But things
atoms thick.
Yes, but things like osmium is actually hard to punch through, but it shatters easily if you just fall it on the ground, and it's very poisonous if it's pure. But if you and it's really high density. It has a really high density of about 29.8 grams per milliliter. It has that density. It's really high density, and about 1 liter would be about 28 kilograms. 1 liter could be 28 kilograms.
28
Imagine that. It's so
that's very dense. Yeah. Can imagine. So it seems like the book you're having is pretty interesting and has got so many fun facts, yeah? So can you show me the title of the book? What's the title of the book again?
It's called
And what's the author?
Table book. And I have another book that got included with a puzzle, and it told me about the miners that got poisoned and lots of other things. They got poisoned by
that's
it.
very interesting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to, also try to read the book you're reading. I think it has got so many interesting facts inside, yeah?
Yes, and did you know that if you eat too much Brazil nuts, because it contains lots of selenium, you'll get bad breath.
Brazil nuts. It contains what? Selenium?
High amounts of selenium. If you eat too much, you'll get bad breath.
Is it caused purely by the selenium contained in the Brazilian nuts?
It's a high amount.
So selenium contains consuming a lot of selenium can make bad breath. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
What else contains selenium, Rainer?
I think that's the only thing I know.
Okay.
And I read it in this book called All About the Periodic Table, Osborne Stem.
Come again? Born stem?
Osborne Stem. It got included with a puzzle, and it tells us it tells us about the elements that are essential for life, and compounds like high sulfuric acid contains 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 of sulfur, and 4 of oxygen.
All right, Rainer. So before closing the podcast, so what do you think is some of the most essential elements that you see in that periodic table?
I think it's phosphorus. Phosphorus, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon. I just can't choose one because we're all essential.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So phosphorus.
I chose phosphorus because it creates the chemical compound ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, which is useful for storing energy.
And then, other than phosphorus?
I would choose carbon. And
why carbon?
Because carbon creates your skin nice, and it creates the cell structure. And I choose hydrogen because I don't know what hydrogen does, but I just know it's really important. I would just say that hydrogen hydrates you. Hydrogen hydrates.
What about
you.
nitrogen?
Nitrogen, I don't really think quite. I don't really know why nitrogen is important because we don't breathe nitrogen.
Yeah. All right. So I think we have talked about quite a lot of things, like from the periodic table in general, and then you mentioned some of the most important metals like iron, and then you mentioned as well other examples of irons like arsenic, bromium, and then you just mentioned as well some of the most essential elements, which is phosphorus, and then hydrogen, and then also carbon. I think it's a lot of important knowledge to have because it's very essential in our life. Do you think so, Reynold?
Yeah. I
All
think
right.
we could end it there. Amian, thank you for joining my podcast. It's called Scienclopodia, and please subscribe on Spotify. Bye for now. Stay safe and healthy.
Bye-bye. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye-bye.
Thank you, and see you in the next podcast. Bye.